Rack your look for summer now at Nordstrom Rack and save up to 60% on brands you love. We've got them. Rag & Bone, Vince, Stuart Weitzman, Calvin Klein, Kurt Geiger London, Madewell, Steve Madden, and Adidas. Score great brands, great prices every day at Nordstrom Rack. What will you find? Breezy dresses, easy tops, designer bags and sunglasses, sandals, swim and activewear, plus updates for your family and home. Get summer's best for less, up to 60% less, today at your Nordstrom Rack store.
Hey mama, have you been looking for guided meditations that can really speak to this journey of motherhood? Then check out the Meditation for Moms podcast. Free guided meditations that are here to help support you throughout the entire journey of motherhood. Motherhood is no joke. It's full of incredible highs, heartbreaking lows, and everything in between. Meditation for Moms gives you guided meditations that will speak to your soul no matter what season of motherhood you're in. Listen for free today. Follow Meditation for Moms on your favorite podcast player.
This is Optimal Finance Daily, episode 2304, Understanding the 7 Habits of Wealth by Rob Berger with GetRichSlowly.org. And I'm your host and personal finance enthusiast, Diana Merriam. Let's get right to it and continue optimizing your life. Understanding the 7 Habits of Wealth by Rob Berger with GetRichSlowly.org. Quote, "We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit." Aristotle. We tend to define our lives by the big events: graduation, marriage, children, a big promotion, retirement. What often gets neglected are the little things we do every day, the little things that make the big events possible. As Aristotle said, it's what we repeatedly do that produces excellence. When it comes to money and wealth, what do you repeatedly do? Financial security cannot be reduced to a simple formula. Like excellence, it's the result of your daily habits. An individual with high income who has poor daily habits will fail to find financial security. But a person with relatively low income can achieve financial freedom through the power of good habits. So, what are the habits of wealth? Number 1, hard work. Quote, "By working hard, old man, I hope to make something good one day. I haven't yet, but I'm pursuing it and fighting for it." Vincent van Gogh. Hard work is the habit first among equals. Achieving financial security is often the result of consistent diligence. We've all heard of individuals who found wealth through inheritance or the lottery, and these stories are the most memorable. What we rarely hear about, however, is the school teacher who works hard for 40 years and, along with some of the other habits that follow, manages to save $1 million or more on a salary that never exceeds $50,000 per year. Hard work enables us to appreciate all the more the financial security that it produces. Number 2, modest living. Quote, "A just and reasonable modesty does not only recommend eloquence, but sets off every great talent which a man can be possessed of." Joseph Addison. This habit is the great equalizer. Modest living can produce great wealth on a modest income. In contrast, frivolous, uncontrolled spending can result in financial turmoil for the highest paid among us. My grandmother lived modestly. A nurse by education and training, her income was modest by the prevailing standards. Yet she managed to pay cash for her home and save enough for a generous retirement. More importantly, modest living produced a contentment in her that money just cannot buy. Number 3, patience. Quote, "But investors don't necessarily have the patience to wait for the great company with the great underlying economics at the right price. When Warren bought Dairy Queen, I joked, he probably wanted to buy it when he was 8 years old, but it wasn't the right price, so he waited 50 years or so." Mary Buffett. Shortcuts born out of impatience lengthen the trip. With wealth, impatience often leads to decisions with dire consequences. Patience, however, should not be equated with inaction or passivity. Rather, practicing the habit of patience produces thoughtful, long-term decisions that can produce wealth while minimizing risk. Warren Buffett epitomizes the patient investor. His investing success is often the result of patiently waiting for the right time to buy a stock or a company. Number 4, perseverance. Quote, life is difficult. This is the great truth, one of the greatest truths. It's a great truth because once we see this truth, we transcend it. M. Scott Peck. If it were easy, everyone would do it. The fact is, obtaining financial security requires working through challenges. These range from the small daily choices we make, which over time have a monumental impact on our finances, to the big money events in our lives that are the most memorable. Perseverance keeps us focused on our goals and enables us to confront all challenges, big and small. Number 5, balance. Quote, the word happiness would lose its meaning if it were not balanced by sadness. Carl Jung. We are constantly bombarded with imbalance in the financial press. Either real estate beats stocks or stocks beats real estate, but rarely do we hear of a healthy balance of both. Balance in all aspects of our lives produces completeness in a way that obsession never will. But balance does not mean a lack of passion. To the contrary, balance in our relationships, work, finances, and other areas of our lives enables us to pursue life with passion while remaining firmly rooted. In our finances, balance shows us the importance of living for today and for the tomorrows that come our way. Number 6, self-awareness. Quote, I think self-awareness is probably the most important thing towards being a champion. Billie Jean King. I'm trying to find myself was a common refrain among teenagers when I was growing up. It was the best excuse we could muster for avoiding the realities of adulthood. But a healthy dose of self-awareness brings into focus the motivations behind the daily decisions we make. Self-awareness allows us to understand what motivates us to spend money, what investments are best for us given our tolerance for risk, and ultimately what will produce contentment in our lives. Practicing the daily habit of introspection leads to self-awareness. And number 7, learning. Quote, I went to the woods because I wished to live deliberately, to front only the essential facts of life, and see if I could not learn what it had to teach, and not, when I came to die, discover that I have not lived. Henry David Thoreau. It's what we don't know that's the most dangerous. The habit of lifelong learning enables us to improve our careers, investments, and spending, as well as other areas of our lives. The older I get, the more I realize that learning is a process, not an event. As soon as we think we've got it all figured out, something comes along to remind us just how fragile our understanding can be. Make learning a daily goal, and your finances will thank you for it. What do these habits teach us? In the words of Aristotle, they teach us that who we are and what we have is a result of what we repeatedly do. Wealth, then, is not the result of an act, but the result of our habits. You just listened to the post titled Understanding the 7 Habits of Wealth by Roth Berger with GetRichSlowly.org. If you've recently bought anything, you've noticed that prices have gone up on almost everything. But thanks to our new sponsor, GoodRx, you can save on something particularly important, your prescription medications. GoodRx is the fast and free way to save up to 80% on the price of your prescriptions. All you need to do is search for your medication on the GoodRx website or app and show your discount at the pharmacy counter. It's that easy. Not to mention, GoodRx is accepted at all major pharmacies. And even if you have health insurance, GoodRx may still beat your copay price. You know how much frugality means to me, how many ways I try to save, but never before have I seen a way to save on prescriptions. I really love GoodRx. It's extremely easy even for older friends or family that I've recommended it to. So for simple, smart savings on your prescriptions, check out GoodRx. Go to goodrx.com/OFD. That's goodrx.com/OFD. goodrx.com/OFD. As demonstrated in the article today, building wealth is not just about earning money. It's about cultivating a mindset and habits that lead to financial security. The book, The Millionaire Next Door, by Thomas Stanley and William Danko, found that most millionaires did not inherit their wealth or make a lot of money through high-paying jobs. Instead, they lived frugally, invested wisely, and built wealth slowly over time. Science tells us that habits are formed through the process called habituation, in which we repeat actions until they become automatic. This means that if we want to cultivate habits of building wealth, we need to start by taking small actions consistently, such as saving a portion of our income each month, tracking our expenses, paying bills on time, and investing regularly. Consistency is the key to building wealth over time. Other habits that can be helpful are networking and being mindful of the people we surround ourselves with. Building a strong network of professional and personal contacts can help create new opportunities for wealth building. Networking can help you find mentors, job opportunities, and potential business partners. And at the risk of sounding like a broken record on this show, gratitude is a powerful tool for building wealth. When we focus on what we already have and appreciate it, we're less likely to overspend or make impulsive purchases. Practicing gratitude can also help us feel more content with our lives, which can lead to greater financial security over time. Building wealth does not require earning a high income or getting lucky with investments. It's about cultivating daily habits that promote financial security over the long term. And that will do it for today. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll be here reading to you tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.